So we'll see what it is. I mean, what I'm doing here is like, okay, I made a case here of a fourth wave, okay, yesterday after the close. But I'm going to keep the S&P into a smaller degree fourth wave, which I'll show you just now. So the reason why I'm going to do this is because one will confirm the other, okay? That's the trick that you got to use. You can't just keep everything at the same on the same page. You gotta have to kind of twist things around. One will confirm the other. What I mean by that is like, okay, here's a low, right? So we're counting the same one, two, up in three. We're looking for a fourth wave, which is a minor degree fourth wave. Three versus one, 200% relationship. So within this the blue three, we had five smaller waves. We have wave one, down in two, up in three, four, and five. So we have five completed waves that we can say like, okay, yes, this is within this three versus one of 200% relationship of wave three. And now we say like, okay, yes, we are due for a setback now in a fourth wave. Our major support is going to be 540. Why? Because this is where we had the largest percentage decline in the entire trend. Okay, off from whatever the October lows. So so we cleared this. We have not retested yet. So we're sitting at where 553. So we're off like by 13 points. So now if we're gonna come down here, which will be our first zone? If we leave the third wave here, what will be the first zone? 61 point at 543. 540 is gonna be the major support here, 23.6536. This is gonna be our first zone, okay? If the price trying to show some weakness. There's a lot of time here, right? Based on this, 4 versus 2 and 3 relationship goes all the way out until end of August into the mid-September. Okay, so the price can reach here, which is fine, but it still has to chew a lot of time. Why? Because wave two right there, a little bit more direction in those as a flat. So the fourth wave is gonna take some time to unfold. Now, if the price starting to close below this 540, meaning if you will see an intraday close like a daily bar open and close below the 540, then this is going to be our second zone, which is the 100% relationship along with 38.2. So we're just going to have to watch this zone, any close below 540, then we're going to be start looking down toward this 525 and 513 area. Okay, so can price come down here next week? It's totally possible. Okay. But it still gotta have to run the time. Fourth wave cannot be just a straight decline and then you just rip right back up. Fourth takes time because you have an entire trend wave that runs for such a long time. The fourth wave is where the price is gonna take a breather. Okay, it can start to go sideways and it can just give you some sort of a zigzag or some sort of a complex kind of correction. So this fourth is going to be a little bit challenging for sure. Okay, so we're gonna have to trades that we're gonna place. I'm gonna see which time frame and we just try to keep them as short as possible, to be honest. You know, we'll try to set some butterflies and stuff to see if we can kind of like, collect some time decay, some like sort of more like a delta neutral theta positive trades, just to um can just because when market took a dip yesterday, it could open up a little bit lower, and then it's because it's kind of starting to chew some time, so earnings are pretty much done, all of them pretty much, the mag 7. So we're gonna look through and see there's now any big market movers now, based on these earnings, which they're gonna report next. I mean, the last at least is the always gonna be the Nvidia is gonna be the last one. But Meta did good, Microsoft did good, Apple was like all over the place. Then Amazon took a wild beating yesterday. Tesla, nobody knows where the stock is.
I think Palantir is on Monday. That one might have an impact on some things.
Which one?
Palantir?
Nah, Palantir doesn't make that big of a S&P.
No, it doesn't have a big weighting, but I think a lot of people
It's a
look
higher
at it.
flyer. That's, I mean, you can look at
Yep.
this. Yeah, definitely it's a higher flyer stock. So they're gonna jack up the implied volatility on that one. So we'll see. So this is where the cues is. So I'm gonna just leave it like this. Doesn't need to be changed every single day. So we know exactly where the high is. Okay, which is right there. God, that's almost to the freaking penny. Like, jeez. Um, so then we have our high, we have our major support at 540. So we kind of dipped down here yesterday. We got a bit of a gap here as well. So we'll see how we starting to trade and you know and then we'll see how things looks. Now if we go to
And
the
on
S and
this,
S&P,
okay.
if we go to the S&P right there and you see like what I'm doing here is I I'm making a smaller wave, fourth wave here. Okay, I'm not putting this third here. I can, but I just wanted to leave it like this for now. The reason why it being is because market moves on tech, right? We all know that. So S&P is going to get their weakness from this side. If we're gonna starting to see that this fourth is starting to get deeper, like gonna get a couple several more sessions, this and whatever the volume more picks up or whatever the case is. So if this side right there is starting to slide more, then what I can do is I can just put this third wave up here and then do the same fourth wave, just like the diamonds and the Qs. But I'm gonna leave this one the way it is for now. Okay, I'm doing this thing in a prop. Oh, this is all I always do it this way. Just that's my way of doing the wave count. I don't I can change one, I can bring all three at the same time, but I just want to keep one bit different, right? That means that one side will confirm, then I will say like, okay, I can easily say like, okay, yeah, I can do the same thing here now. But if we're just go off, because if we're just go off with 1 2 1 2 right there, I mean, you got a diagonal here, 1 2, look at 3 versus 1. I can do the same thing on the Qs as well. I can open more upside. That's not a problem. But I think is a much better way to see it this way that okay, what if this is just only a smaller fourth wave that we're just dealing with compared with this instead of the minor fourth wave, okay, which is down back here, they're paired up with this. So we're gonna take, I would say probably like another few more sessions to see. I'm going to monitor this and I'm going to see what if this fourth wave managed to hold somewhere and kind of like it can start to go sideways here. And then we'll look for one more push here in fifth to complete this third wave. Then we'll get the down move in fourth. Then we'll get another push up in one. Now in this fifth wave right there, it's going to be smaller. Why? Because we have an extended wave one. When you have an extended wave one, you can have a shorter wave five. When you have a shorter wave one, you get an extended fifth wave. Okay? So we're not there yet. But I just want to leave this one here. See, yesterday right there, this dip was just actually right in this zone. That's exactly what I was watching yesterday. I was like, okay, price came back down here. And then we took a trade yesterday just to see if we can get the initial bounce. You see, this 62.37, this is 38.2. This is exactly where we closed yesterday. 62.38.01 was the exact close. So we're right here at 4 versus 3 of 38.2 retracement off from 3 versus 1. Now, if this fourth wave right there is starting to kind of like chew some little bit more time and it's starting to move back up, then we can just look for this fifth wave for this third. The reason why I'm doing this is because of this. You see, this is a 1 hour time frame. I watch swings on a 1 hour as well. So if I go here to 1 hour, and then you see, this is a 1-2 swing. So this second swing, I'm watching this low. So it's gonna give me an answer probably like on Monday or so. So based on a swing, you see this is a 1-2 swing. So this one shows like, okay, they're based on the ATR, the minimum bounce is up to 63.40. Okay. So anything can happen. So this is a third wave, third swing. As long as this low holds, which is 62.01. Okay. So I'm gonna back to the wave count. So I want to leave this one here as is to see if this zone holds against this low right here, and it'll see if can the price can turn around. Okay. Which we're gonna find out because is the yesterday dip got bought, or people they're just like thinking like, okay, yes, this is it, because there hardly any pullback ever since from off the lows. So actually from here, not from here, from this low. They're like, this market has not given anybody a single chance to get in. I mean, here you have little action right there, this two side, but then just what you can make out of this, like a 2, 3 bars on the same day, and it just rips right back up. You know, it's a very strong third wave. There's no doubt. That's how third wave travels. It goes to go nuts. But keeping the fourth and the cues in up here, and we'll see what happens. We're gonna find out. Don't worry. So I just want to leave this one the way it is. Okay. I have a plan in my head, so I just want to see how things goes, because one will confirm the other one for sure. I know that for a fact. Both cannot be wrong. I'm just extending this um, 1-2 here instead of 1-2 here. Here's the thing, okay? If you put 1-2 here, okay, off this low, and start the wave count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however you want to count them. If you take this low from this wave 2, which is the higher low, that's where the price made a higher high, right? Since actually from this low, this is the largest percentage decline. Not this one, not this one. Okay. So according to the Elliott wave, if you trying to be cute, starting to put your 1-2 here, and then you have a 5 waves here, and then you make another 1-2 here, this part right there already telling you that this smaller degree 1-2 is is much bigger than your one higher degree 1-2 where you actually want to start the count. This makes sense. This doesn't. So this is why I'll adjust it, but this is why I want to leave this the way it is. This one is smaller than this. Now I want to see how this relationship pairs with this side to see what happens. So what is our zone? My zone is this exactly where we at right now. Now these ones that I draw here, these two of them, they're actually from the swings on a much higher degree, on a much higher time frame. So this is what I'm going to be watching. So I'm going to see how we trade next week off from this. Okay. Are we going to come back down to 6180 toward the 50%? Fine. But I just want to see if we manage to hold this, right? If this force time to come down more, so obviously we're gonna know for a fact this is coming down as well. So there's gonna be a pretty big chance that we're just gonna come back down to test this 540 area, which is gonna be our this zone. This zone definitely is gonna give you a bounce. It's a very strong support because your broken resistance act as a support on the way down. So gonna it's gonna be a very nice bounce area. So from here, we just gotta have to see how this fourth wave goes. If it gets, then we just look for this. Then we'll go back here to this S&P and just simply move this third here. And we'll do the same thing, the fourth wave toward this area. So we just gotta have to monitor this, and we just gotta have to take it session by session. The key is that over a one single session, I cannot say anything yet. I just, we just need a bit more price clarity. And then we'll adjust the count. One way or another, we have the right count. I know that. It's just a matter of like which fourth is it? Is it a smaller degree fourth or is it a minor degree fourth? That's the only debate right now that I have to myself. So we're gonna find out which one is it. Um, what else I have open? Apple, oh my God, just a mess. Didn't do much here. I don't know. What is this? Months and months of sideways chop is just. I'm trying to make a case of a 1-2, but at the same time, you got a sell signal on the on daily time frame, so that's just not gonna help. Need a buy trigger. So we're just gonna have to wait it out and see how it works. See.
So, Mo, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you go back to S&P 500 chart? So, at this moment, you are not quite sure that if three ended, the big three ended, but there is a chance that in any way, whether it makes a bounce from here, to 660.91, or if it's going to continue to the fourth wave down, is that, since the implied volatility is so low,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it? Doesn't it
Yes.
make sense to buy a hedge now?
20. Yeah, implied volatility is only 20%.
Yeah, it's so low.
I know.
So
It was
why,
more than that actually. It pumped a little bit yesterday. It was even lower than.
yeah, it was, but s- July 30th, it was historically low.
Correct.
So, when the implied volatility goes up, option premiums go up.
Of course.
So, since we don't know it's gonna bounce from here and then it's gonna start wave four, don't can we just do like a calendar spread, buying the calendars put spread, and anchor the long side of put, like,
Yeah.
maybe in November or something, and
I'll
do
price
the
I'll
play with
price
the
it up.
short side.
I mean, I'll price it out. That's not a, but the thing is like there's we could swing intraday swings like fib to fib level, right? We can do that. Now, if you want to say like, okay, yes, I'm sure that that fourth wave is coming into a play. Yes, we could do some sort of a calendar or a diagonal. We could set up something here in this zone and kind of like buy protection down. I can make all the adjustments, not a problem. But the point is like it's just very difficult to make a case of anything over a one single session, you know? So another day or two depends what how the next week trades. It's just then we could have a little bit more because I'm not right now. I want to leave things the way they are as right here. The reason why it being is because of this as well. So if this fourth wave invalidates, right, then I will say like, okay, yes, I can put a third wave here, do the same thing like this. Instead of moving the S&P around all the time, the main chart is this. Even the fact the S&P is the main benchmark, we get that, fine. But the S&P is just not going to move or decline on its own unless the tech gets heavy. So we need to find weakness where? In Mag 7. Okay? So we need to find weakness in Mag 7 that which are the stocks that just taken a hit that could pressure the Qs to the downside that will put an impact on the S&P 500. So you just gotta have to look things across the board. You can't just sit and rely on a one single chart. Oh yeah, the wave forward is coming. You have to look at the broader market. Okay, how is everything else looks like? Okay, let's go back here to the Mag 7. Okay, here's season. Let's walk through the seasonality. If we have a clear seasonality here that the first 2 weeks, okay, of an S&P is down, as you can see here. The other half of the month, it rips right back up. Okay. So yesterday was first. There's first right there. So you can just go day by day. It's all here. Okay. So here's a second. So now today is the second. Now that we have a weekend, so consider that as a Monday, halfway through halfway through the dip instead of this bar. Then you got the bounce right there on this day 3. So we can track this. It doesn't mean it's gonna identically will match exactly the same bar. It can, okay, but sometimes seasonality definitely plays out. But that's just the probability that we're looking for. We're just looking for the average of S&P since 1976, okay, up to last year of 2025. So these are the exact average of all the seasonality of every single Mag 7 stock. So if we have 2 weeks as the market is looking for some sort of a breather, that 2 weeks from there rebounds to the end of the month. August right there, August month overall is a flat month. Okay. Keep that thing in mind though. August is not a very big, huge, huge month. So September is the worst month of the year. Okay. But the question is that we got to go back to the other one, this one. Now the question is, here we have how the year is going so far. January was up. So this is the overall 1976 to 2025, right? Now this is how the year is going so far. January was up, February was down, flat, based on seasonality. March was up, we took a dip. When we rebound here in April, ended with like this. This is the April bar right here. with a huge pin bar. So it was a flat April. May was up. June was up for us. And here's July did the same thing. Now, if you look at August here, is very low compared to all the previous months. So August is a very, I don't know, somebody posted this thing on, yeah, Ruben did. Jim Cramer says, I always despise both August and September, just tough months to make money. Because I don't know what he means by that, but if I would take his statement, his tweet, that market technically that goes pretty much flat in August, that everybody's looking to chase the upside, that would just had a massive run. Market is kind of like takes a breather, and then everybody's trying to look for see like, okay, we're looking for another push, but in that case, you just got the rug pull, right? So yes, according to his statement, he's pretty right. These 2 months right there, they're very tricky months. That's basically the end of Q3. This is where the Q4 comes, the last 3 months of the year. Because we're already made through the half year up till here. So we're just fighting the other half. So these two right there is, but it doesn't mean that the September will definitely going to be a sell-off month. Yeah, there is a history of an S&P since the 1976, since before even born, that September is the weakest month of the year. So these market makers will make it easier for everyone because they're watching as well. So you think the market maker will make it easy for everyone so the world can buy puts. Okay, that is going to happen in September.
So Mo, so Nvidia's earning is on August 27th.
It's not going to
And
move
they,
much.
and Nvidia had such a huge run. So I think Trump is going to give us a chance to push the price down before the earnings and to buy it, for people who, you know,
This guy is
miss the chance
something.
of buying the Nvidia because he manipulates the market. He is a
You,
master of manipulation.
I know.
So with
Like
all the,
yes,
your QQQs, wait for, scenarios and so forth, I
like
think it is
yesterday.
more likely that, we're gonna have a August dip and and then after the Nvidia, earning, it's gonna shoot up again. And then maybe,
Yeah, we gonna look. The market trend is up. It's just a matter of like where the S&P will take a breather. Well, here it is, right in front of you. Okay, here's a low. We ended the month April with the pin bar. Then since April, here's May, here's June, here's July. And yesterday was the first day of the month of August. So we've been rallying for 3 months. So we haven't set back. So the question now is that we had a 21% dip here. So are we due for a what 5% setback? So if we put 5% setback right now on the top of our heads, like, okay, yes, we're due for a 5% setback. It's going to put S&P at 1% year to date. Now watch the data. Retracements, everything, all is all good. But you have to watch the data as well. So S&P up 1%, if we make a case here a 5% dip, because it's been 3 months that we haven't dipped 5%, think about it. We're up right now as of yesterday close 6.6% right now year to date. So we're down the first quarter 4.559. Second quarter we picked up 10.15. And now we're sitting at 0.65 in a Q3. And we have August to go and we have September to go. Then we'll start the Q4. So now we go back to the Qs, 8.34. So we'll make the if so you have to look at this way that if we make a case here of a 5% across the board, let's assume that we're gonna have a 5% pullback. A 5% pullback off the highs will give you the exact you can you know like charts are good, right? If you can study data, you can make a really good calls just by studying the data. Keep that thing in mind. If we make a case here of a 5%, geez, come on, this luck. If we make a case here of 5%, it puts S&P as 6,100 off the highs. So if S&P goes down to 6,100, it means the S&P will be up 1% year to date after, what, 8 months of this year. So what are we actually trading then? We're just actually trading a flat market. So now if that's the same case, we'll make it, well, if this is going to go 5%, tech is going to go more than that. We all know that. Tech is not going to exactly be the 5. Tech is going to be down 7, 8%, 9% for S&P to come down 5%. So keep that thing in mind. So you're saying that the rally that we just had is just going to go straight back to the flat line. Well, it is possible as well. We don't know that. So right now, the 6,100 is where you have to um, remember one thing, that 6,100, which is exactly the 2024 low. There you go. 6,099.97 was the 2024 high, which is the last year. So we go back right down here to the same exact high. That puts S&P of 1% year to date. So we're just basically saying that the market has rallied for 3 months off the lows and we're just going completely flat to the flat line. It's possible.
But it's gonna resume a rally after that.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what we think. So we'll see what happens. You see, the thing is like investing, which is, it's just on a different mindset. But the trading is like, yes, some people likes it and some people hate them. Trades can play out quick. Sometimes will torture the hell out of you, and it just depends like how it goes. I mean, we're traders and we're investors, and we're looking to say like, okay, we can buy something, let it run for some time. But those are the trades that you don't sit and watch every single day. If you had a mindset like you want to buy something for the next several years, that's different. You say like, okay, on the dips, I can add a little bit more what I will see the potential support. That you can just buy dips, just like running your retirement account on 401k. You just keep on buying dip. Uh, buying every single time when you get your paycheck. It's the same concept when it comes to a stock as well, but it is a matter of like how much capital that you can actually deploy into a one single stock. That's another debate. But the trading point of view is like every session, like, I mean, sometimes it's kind of too much to to be honest. Like yesterday, like Ruben has like 613 and this and this. Like, okay, fine. We watch everything. I have everything. I don't need any guidance. So back to this, I mean, fine. Are we due for some sort of a setback? I'd really like to see S&P to make a little bit more room to the upside, to be honest. Okay. But it's not up to me to decide. But we might come back down and retest 6100. Okay. If and from here, if we just go right back to the flat line, is fine. And we just rally back up. I'm bullish and I'm going to stay bullish. There's no reason to be bearish in this market, period. Okay. I mean, like, we had all we did is like we dip and we just rallied right back up. I I posted this if you remember, because breakouts are very tricky. Okay. Some of them ends up with a double top, some of them ends up with a triple top. It's just this, they're very tricky to play the breakout. You have to take like several multiple confirmation to see um if the price really makes its way up or not. Here we have a COVID low, right? We rallied all the way back up, made a room. Look at the 10% decline. Rallied another 10%, then came down another 9%. So this 6100 that we have now, which is right there, okay, is going to be the major pivot zone, which it is. So it's just a matter of like how if S&P is willing to give 6100 and goes right back to the flat line of the year. So if we just end up going back to the flat line, okay, well then all we're doing is just like, chasing some stock. They actually made a move. Rest of them are just they're not really doing much. I don't I don't know, like the way everything is in so secret mode, you know, that tariffs are getting hit, but they're not really putting too much impact. But some says like, well, it will affect, you know. I don't know if are these stores are stockpiling everything so they don't have to do too much buying or whatever when everything settles, you know. We're applying tariffs left and right, taking all the money. Well, where is the cost is going to get? Who's going to eat the cost? You know, we have no inflation. The job report came out yesterday. That was a totally surprise that how fake these numbers are. Nobody doesn't even believe it anymore. You had job market through the previous administration. Who knows that how many fake jobs that they pumped to boost the economy. And then yesterday, right after the job report, they had a massive revision. The labor market is really, really weak. It's not good. So at the same time, you have to think this way like, okay, well, if the labor market was not weakening based on the numbers, this is why the Fed kept the rate high for so long. Did we did the revision yesterday on a purpose for him to tell Fed cut the rates? Looking at a job report yesterday, if he needs to cut the rate immediately based on those numbers, what they did yesterday. You see how that data is being manipulated? In order for cut rates, you need a weaker job market. He's kept the rate higher because the job market is strong. All of a sudden, yesterday they did a massive revision. Right after that, gold ripped higher on a weaker job report. Of course, it will. I'm glad I took the GLD trade on the little buy signal on the hourly, and all of a sudden they did the revision back. So that revision they did yesterday is a clear sign to Fed to cut rates. He would have, because he says like they should have been cut by at least 3 points. 3 points. It just somebody playing a game on a very high scale. I can tell you that. Somebody running a show in the back in a very good way. They just wanted to tell you what you want to hear, what you want to read. What is actually behind, nobody knows. It's very tricky.
Well, the
Yesterday,
job isn't the job data based upon sampling, and if the sampling method isn't really, catching the actual trend, such as, the revisions happen, those revisions happen both up and down in the past. And
Mhm.
also the Trump fired, so many federal workers,
Yeah,
and Microsoft is firing thousands of workers. But isn't it time that those firing finally starting to show? Because there is a back and forth between Trump and Supreme Court that they can, yes, they can fire, no, they cannot fire federal workers, but finally they are firing, and then the NASA is firing. So I think that the Trump is getting what he wanted
he wants one thing.
eventually after all those, back and forth.
He knows one thing, that well, you have to look at this, that rates are at all-time high, which we all know that. Nobody can go and buy a house. Okay, it's like committing a financial suicide if you go out there and sign the papers to buy a house. It backs off buyers. So people have to, the banks who's been sitting on cash, they need to lend the money out. So the biggest purchases the person makes in his life is a house and a car. Rest is all just the basic needs in the household, furniture and all that kind of stuff. So you can buy a furniture can last you 5 to 10 years if you buy very good quality furniture. If you just want to buy like whatever from something disposable items, that can just only last you a year and a half, and that's it. It will be falling apart. So the point is like he wants to cut rates. Fine. The guy starts the morning telling a Fed that you are a moron, you are this, and you are. That's how he starts his day to get him first thing in the morning before his coffee even gets cold. And then after that, he's after Russia and this and that. It just then he's fighting he got mad yesterday because he said that these numbers are phony to make me look bad. Okay, so he fired that lady because she was Biden appointee. He got rid of her. Now he wants to make sure that people get the right job report from now on. Well, I don't know. I was pretty kind of shocked yesterday to see the revision that they did was just crazy. I don't even like technically. We can't even say like what is the shape of this economy? It doesn't even look like people are actually working. You're producing what 19,000 jobs in the country? I mean, what is a joke? How many millions of people live here? You just only create only 19,000 people got hired? There's something Fed knows that doesn't want he does that they don't want to tell the public. And
AI.
somebody resigned. Somebody
AI
resigned.
taking our jobs.
Yeah, somebody resigned yesterday at the Fed as well. It's just people know. It's just because it's everything is pretty much just so damn confidential. They cannot just say it to the general, out in the public. Which I get that. So because you don't want to create a panic, but at the same time, it's just how. I mean, I even said yesterday. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong, but to me, I think this AI is it's a bubble. I mean, I can be wrong, but we had a tech bubble. I mean, this could be an AI bubble. If it's gonna pop, it's not gonna be nice. It's not gonna be good. But the companies are just going crazy. They have so much cash in hand, they don't even know where to spend. So they realize like, okay, AI is gonna be this. They just start throwing not millions of billions of dollars. And you give this thing to China for one third, they'll make you the same thing. Infrastructure are getting built and industrial jobs and this, and we're gonna have data centers everywhere and this, and they're just like, okay. So if everything is all AI, I mean, what's the point having a humans then at work? Everything will be replaced by AI. But I don't know what future holds. I mean, there could be a 10,000 different ways, but it's just a totally different. But so back to this. I mean, as you can see here, I mean, based on seasonality, I mean, we have bit of a weakness to start the month off. And then from there, pretty much it goes right back to the flat line. So is the August is going to play out the same way? Well, we're going to watch. Netflix had a lower monthly bar last month. Um, Same weaker start, kind of like, you know, picks up a little bit. Meta looks really good. I really like Meta. Looks really good on the RRG as well. Um, just gotta see how Meta trades here. Looks good on seasonality. Up 4% this quarter, 28% year to date. Microsoft, same thing. Three straight months up. Start the new month. Seasonality, same. First week is weaker. Same thing here with NVIDIA, stays range bound for some time. You can see how many of these stocks basically in the first 2 weeks are just at a weaker start. Just pay attention to this. Google looks pretty rough. Same low here, 3 months up. Amazon, rough first 2 weeks. Oh, it took a beating yesterday. Amazon. So there's nothing on Amazon right now. So say 3 months, but Amazon has a lower monthly bar now. So keep that thing in mind. Upside is going to be very damn limited on Amazon now after yesterday beating. So It's not much in Amazon. Apple, all over the place. Apple had a lower monthly bar now as well. It's a matter of fact. And look what Apple, April low, next month instead of going up with the rest of them, inside month. Another month, all stocks rallying, another inside month. Then managed to pop, faded everything into a close. And now another month down. And this is the most hated AI stock. People, they were too late. Second, they have nothing to tell. But I don't know, they reported pretty good earnings all of a sudden. So they're just gonna take the AI, throw them in the phones, and okay, yeah, this is the AI. But they just Apple is just very I don't know. Just because if you look them here, see 3 months up, Google 3 months up, Nvidia 3 months up, Microsoft 3 months up, Meta 3 months up, Netflix 3 months up. You see? Now if you come back here, they just toast everything for the last 2 months. Managed to rally here, faded everything, now another one down one. That's just they're just not running Apple. That's all. Rest of those stocks are all making higher bars, right? And look at this, what this Apple is doing. Tesla, same thing. Low here, higher bar, inside month, another inside month, and here we go. Yesterday was the first day. That's why they're down 25% and 19%. You need to, the price needs to put up a higher bars in order for to make a push to the upside. Just literally sideways. It's a very difficult stock to trade. You cannot trade this job, to be honest. I mean, especially with options, it's a nightmare to take a directional position on a stock and you end up with the inside bar. You need to take out the previous bar high for price to push to make a higher high. This sideways grind like this, or this up 10, 14 points in one session, 2 days later is right back to the flat line. That's what it is. It just get everybody in on a call side, rug pull. Pulls it back down, gets everybody in a put side, rug pull. Back to the upside. Very difficult to trade. Qs, low, 3 bars up. Same thing here, Qs, you see? Got a weakness here. So if we make a case of a wave count, I would just leave the way it is. That's exactly what I did yesterday by looking everything. It's like I'll anchor this thing up here and leave this one for the next couple of weeks. Probably just go out all the way until September. So it's just a matter of like how this is going to unfold. That's the challenge. Because this run right there is about to take a breather. We're gonna look through some stocks that will try to make a case, but you can see here what the Qs are doing. Now, if we can add here the rat house, look at this. Really bad. Dow Jones, you see, like we just went through from top to bottom here. As you can see, like how many of these charts are going all the way up till 10 and 11, kind of toward the mid of the month, you know? So it kind of shows that the first 2 weeks of August is down based on pretty much all the charts, and then it just started to pick up. Now the question is if that's the way the seasonality is going to play out. So we're going to find out. That's why we meet every Saturday. We go through week to week. Industrial, softer start, choppy, straight, flat month. Utilities, slower start, picks up, acts okay. Technology, first 2 months, first 2 weeks, down. Communication, flat page, all the way until the last week. First 3 weeks is like literally nothing. You have Meta, Netflix, and Google. Financials, horrible. Material, the worst. Consumer staples look decent. Real estate, mess. Oh, real estate already had a lower bar for the month. Great. Energy, horrible. Inside month, higher bar, higher bar. So, energy looks terrible. XLY, here it goes. This year, Amazon and Tesla. Healthcare, disaster.
Mo, can you go back to industrial? So, so this sector was fueled by this AI data center,
Yeah,
boom,
yeah, and
and it's like GE Vernova, um, Quanta, and Cat, and like other AI industrial names. They really contributed to the rally in industrial sectors.
correct.
And I wonder how it's
Trump,
it's
you have
gonna
to
take
look
a
at this.
breather.
You have to look at Trump background he's all about building stuff, right? He's all about using material and building hotels and this and that. He's always about this, all his life. Yeah, his favorite sector is industrial. Yeah, that's AI, data centers and stuff. Yeah, industrial is definitely. We talked about this thing a couple of weeks ago as well. It's just a leading sector this year for sure.
Can you show weekly and daily RG of industrial stocks?
We have a weekly here. Tech is up. Here's industrial on a weekly time frame. So it's week. You see right here. And this is your weekly RRG. Look what everything is. Now you have to understand one thing. That this is a week that moves on a weekly basis. So this little hook right there that just got settled yesterday after a week, that it will slightly kind of make one more move in one next week again. So it's just a very long time frame, it's the same thing like trading a weekly chart. You're just looking at a 1 weekly bar. So your time horizon just goes way beyond than daily and any other time frame. So it's just because it's a very high time frame. But
Wow, everything is moving to southwest.
yeah, look at this XLY did. Instead of going to complete the rotation, it didn't. So the only rotation when is technology right there. Watch this one. Now every time I move it is going to change a week here. See 523, 530. So it changes on week to week. So now you can see how much of a movement the 1 week makes from here to here. That's 1 week. So very long time, the long time frame. So now if we go back here, look where technology is rotating in. Now we got the pump. There you go, NVIDIA, Microsoft, you see? Technology went up, still there. We can stay here now if it's starting to curve this way in the coming weeks, a month or two. Yeah, we're gonna have a problem in the market. But that's what we're gonna watch. Now look at the XLY right there. That's what you have Tesla and Amazon because Tesla is just sideways. Look, it was down here. Now keep an eye on this one because all the other ones kind of makes you a little dizzy. Just watch this one. We're gonna make his way up. Now rotation's supposed to go clockwise. There you go. You see what it did this week? This was last week. No. Here, this was 718, 725, 801. You see? Instead of going this way, now it's coming right back down. If this is the case, we need to look for weakness in this sector. Okay? I have a lot of stocks here in this sector. Why? Because once the rotation goes up, it reverses back down. It's going to form another hook and then it's going to go like this. Yeah, once it like, I can show you something that happens. Hang on. I can show you an example here of technologies. Watch, keep an eye on this one. Okay, the way it's going to move. Because the thing is that the rotation has to complete its course. Okay. Now keep an eye on this one. Look, went in, went back to the benchmark. The reverses. It took off. So there's some example that you can see, but my point is like this, that if rotation goes up, it's supposed to go here because it has to travel like this. But if the rotation goes up like this and it comes back down, okay, it's going to turn right. It's going to turn back up again. Then it will complete the course. So it's always a tricky one. But when you're looking for trades, you want to buy something here like this. You don't want to buy something from here to here. Why? Because you missed out on a run from here to going here. So a lot of the move has already been done. We're chasing a stock which is weaker into a support where we put bunch of scripts just to find support to see where we can buy. Then we'll look for momentum. Okay. And we need to be further as possible away from the benchmark. The ones that just moves around here, those are the deadbeats. Those are the tough one to fight. We need alpha. So the stocks will tells you exactly how it trades, which I will show you here. Where's my 50? Here. So now these ones here, I did it by distance. Okay, so it filters it. So it filters it with there's this. So this is the S&P 100 index, which is all 100 stocks are here. So what I did on this screen, what I watch every day is which are the stocks are because now it has a category of 10. So makes a 10 group with 10 stocks. Okay. So that makes it 100. So I go here to 10th decile. The 10th decile is meaning the stocks are the further away from the benchmark. You see how far they are? So now these stocks right there, meaning that if they're going to take a hit, they're going to take a massive hit. And now this stock is going to pop. They're going to move a lot more to the upside. Okay. So direction will be confirmed 100%. Okay. You can pull up a chart right now. Look at the chart of CSTR right now. It's the worst stock. Got hit hard. So proven because it's in a 10th decile. Look at UNH. Look at LMT, PM. They all got hit on earnings. I want to buy CVS on Monday. Just looking at this thing this morning. I've been up since 4:20. Yeah, I want to get something. This is up 39% year to date as well. I would, it has a, yeah, gonna get something on CVS Monday or Tuesday. You see, like these are the stocks, IBM, like they're selling off, like any of these stocks that are already in the lagging quadrant, if they're gonna either hit on earnings or whatever the downside, the one market is gonna get a little heavier, these are the stocks gonna take a most beating because they are further away from the benchmark. So when they're gonna make a rotation out, they're the ones gonna make the bigger move to the upside as well. So now we go back here to the 9th decile. You see, now it gets a little bit closer. They're not as here like the 10th was. Now they come a little bit closer. Now these are the stock. UPS taking a hit, ISRG taking a hit, AIG took a hit, ABT took a hit. Now it's trying to recover. ACN, you see the hook reversed. NVIDIA is coming back here as well into a weakening quadrant. It's a little tricky. We gotta watch. Palantir right there. See, it's coming toward the weakening quadrant as well. So we're gonna watch the Palantir. It's gonna go up. It's gonna make a pretty good move. If it's gonna come down, it's gonna come down hard as well. So we'll see what happens. Google right there has made a very nice move to the upside. Thermo Fisher is one of the strongest stock right now. You see, the strength will be confirmed, and this screen will give you that. So I'm always hunting for these stocks all the time, is because I want to find a buy entry on these ones because these are the ones going to make the biggest move. Then we can go to the eighth one. We don't need to look at anything else because all calculi scripted everything, so it filters everything. Look at Costco. Costco is a very tricky trade. I mean, I mean it paid, but I think I was off by like a 1 day, you know. I took a buy signal from Toss, right, from 1 hour, and we entered the trade. Didn't really move much. The next day, uh, took the low off the 1 hour. I was like, okay. I had four contracts, so I was like, okay, instead of four, I was like, I'm gonna cut down two because I really don't want to hold something if there doesn't have any kind of a buy signal. So I was like, I'm gonna trim it down to two. So I trimmed it down to two. End of the day, I was like, okay, I'll just wait for the new buy one, and then I'll add two more back in there. Go back to the fourth. And the next day, the Costco pop almost 15, 16 points. I was looking for that 200 moving average. Like this gonna bounce from here. So it popped like 15, 16 points. I'm like, great. They couldn't do it yesterday, but it did it the next day when I cut the half the position down. So it went up. I was like, okay, let this thing work. Still no buy signal on it. And then I saw one in Optima. I was like, okay, there you go. I was like, you know what? Now it's worth holding it. And then yesterday, market selling off. Costco still up another 12 points. So if I would have had a full four size position, I think we would have a nice 30, 35 point move on Costco that it made in 2 days. But it's okay. Trade is a trade. So that's when I was watching this from here. I was like, I'm gonna take a shot at Costco. It's gonna move. It's gonna make a move to the upside. So, I mean, daily still has a sell signal on it. It has a buy signal yet, but I think it's gonna trigger soon because of this. So this is something to watch. CL is the one to watch as well. So these are the stocks that I closely watch. This is the 100 index. This is what I trade. You guys all know that. Most of the time, always watching swings and signals and RG, and I have everything filtered out, and they're like, okay, I'll just take a shot at this one. So I don't want to play all of them. I'll just pick one or two, and then just swing it. And we have a 70 cell right there. We have Adobe making a hook back. Now is weaker, closed below 200 yesterday. See, met reverse. We have here Broadcom. J&J made a pretty good move to the upside. RTX is strong. So this is you have to that these stocks which are the ones are in the lagging quadrant under the sell signal. Once these stocks will flip to a buy signal that will give me that, I'm gonna get every single one of them. So this is what I watch every single day. Okay. I have a system that I built over the years. I know how it works, what to look for, how to look for trades. Okay. So that's how I find trades. I want to first is RG. I want to find momentum. I want to find alpha. Okay. I want alpha trade. I don't want to be in a trade that moves only 1 or 2 points on ATR. We need alpha. And then you know the rule, if the price is below 50 and 200, 60 days out. If the price is above 50 and 100, 30 days out. So that's the rule. Seventh is these ones. So like so I'm always watching, especially these ones. These are the ones they will eventually will turn around. And I'm always watching those buy signals to trigger on these ones. First, why? Because these are the ones that are further away from the benchmark. And go to seventh. So we're here. So we go to six. So we can just do in the sixth one. We have Boeing, Pepsi, GE, Schwab. So we have Capital One taking a hit now, I know. NEE, Coke, PG, CRM. Softwares are just bad. I don't know. This is all software. Just looked at Adobe and now it's just they're all reversing they reverse their hook back to the downside this week again. You see right from here what we have. Nothing here on the 9th. ACNC. Look at on the 8th. Nothing here. 7 now. Adobe. You see they're all we gotta buy this. So if you see if it's reversing back down here, it's gonna reverse back up. It's just not gonna stay down here forever. Keep that thing in mind. So these dips right there on the reversal hook are the one is gonna be the buying opportunity for sure. Okay. It's gonna take some time. That's what we're gonna watch how the rotation is playing out on a daily basis. Okay. This is 6, we already went there, and 5. I don't really go to into 5 stay from 5 to 10. Now I don't look much interested in any 1, 2, and 3 decile. It's just too close that are like deadbeats, wastage of time. Unless if I want to have a plan to plan something, a butterfly or something, depends how the wave count looks like, because those are stocks really not have much momentum. So you can just kind of like throw a butterfly on them or something just to kind of take advantage of a sideways price action. So now if we go to the 1, there you go. These are the closest ones. They had Apple here, McDonald. They're the closest ones. Second, third, Amgen, FedEx, this. Meta is right here. Fourth, AMT. AMT took a pretty big dive. We just took a bit of a dead cat bounce yesterday. Has a sell signal on it. Eli Lilly right there. Oh man, this stock is just one one of a kind. I have never seen this stock has been closed for 3 months with the inside monthly bar. It just is crazy. I don't know. I've ever seen such a stock like this, to be honest. One of a kind. I think I did this one yesterday. Oh, I probably deleted this. Yeah, there you go. 3 inside months. Just look at this. It's crazy. These 3 bars. So this was the inside bar from the previous bar. This is the inside bar of this previous bar. This is the inside bar of this previous bar. And healthcare is the one who's taken all the hit because of the UNH. Like Eli Lilly just literally stays between six, 700, $800 range. So your range is actually from here to here. So basically, roughly somewhere around here from 730 to kind of like 820 kind of range. This is where the stock is trading. So 3 months right there is 1 quarter. Keep that thing in mind. One full quarter. Stock is doing nothing. No, it makes 12.96% off XLV alone. That's how huge this stock is. Massive weight on the healthcare sector. Massive. So where we at? So this, I mean, there's not, didn't, nothing really triggered. We're gonna walk through them. Some of them didn't really, nothing triggered yesterday, so I looked them through. Um, but I'm interested in a CVS. This chart. You see how sideways this is? It's gonna break.
Also, J and J doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, J&J is good. Yeah, I made a pretty nice. But if you look at J&J, what do you think stock is doing, man? You know how difficult these ranges are to play? You know, these whipsaws. It's so difficult to trade a chart like this. You need a trend like this, you know? What you call a clean, nice, well-defined trend. This is not a trend. But I'm interested in this one. Let's see if we can get a nice move up here. Yeah, I've not even looked up ever since. Yeah, I'll see. I can do it two ways. I can buy a vertical spread for a breakout, and then at the same time, you can put like a butterfly. Just so go if the stock managed to go sideways, something like this, in this range between here and here. Because the stock is pretty is sideways. So you can make a butterfly, make a butterfly here, and then set up a spread here for a breakout. I'll adjust the butterfly, meaning that I will just kind of like give a little bit of a tilt to the upside. So it means that the upside is, so if the stock does break out to the upside, so the butterfly is not going to hurt much, we just got to only, the only thing we just need to watch is just watch the downside. Vertical spread will do the work to the upside. And I'll just kind of like tilt the butterfly just a little bit more, instead of making it like this, the balanced one. So we can just give a little bit of a tilt like this. So meaning if the price does break out to the upside, butterfly will be capped with some profit, but we'll have the call spread that will do the work. So we'll adjust. I gotta have to look through the prices and see the price went out. Uh 100. I have the others. This one. These are the two screens I live off every single day. This is the S&P 100. I gotta do NASDAQ. Here, NASDAQ one. This one. Takes a lot of time to find damn trade, man. Very time consuming. That's why I just get myself away from wave counts. Here. Okay. It's doing a lot. I know it's, you see like all spaghettis. Can't really see much, but it's all here. Yesterday there was only 7 positive stocks. 65 were, oh, didn't update. Oh, because everything goes back to zero over the week, since last night. Okay, anything here that looks good on the hook? This stock, VRTX. BRTX is the only stock somewhere around here. So, but look how close it is. This is the one that's forming a hook heading toward northeast. But that's going to be a very challenge. See, northeast. Resistance are grind up. I mean, the trend is definitely up. If this is a three-way move, we can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. Put one here, count this as a whatever, A, B, C, or W, X, Y, it doesn't matter. Make a 2. And then we can do is one diagonal here and one down in 2. Is it this stock is doing a 1, 2? Jeez. That'll be a fun. VRTX. Why is this stock? This stock might be doing a one. This is a clear diagonal. We can make a case here. So we could put a one higher degree. So this is where the wave count starts. Take this thing as a 2. Then from here you take a one smaller degree. This is the 2. And now you're looking for this third one. After this. You see how fast I can count? Top of my head, this is why I don't label anything. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna mark this area because this is where we're gonna count our 1. So stack our fibs. We do from this swing to the upside. Then we run this swing to the upside. Okay, there you go. That's how we're gonna build our zones against this low. Which is kind of far, but oh, this from this high and the first high. So we got 2 of these against this low. And now from here, we will build our, this is exactly where we are, right? I mean, slightly below it. So if this zone right there breaks, meaning that this trend line will break. Now from here, it has to take out this trend line, get to this zone. Then the third goes up here. But this low right there needs to hold. Let's see. Right out here. I'll see. I don't know what kind of a pharmaceutical. I need to I need to look at the chain and see what kind of a liquidity this thing has. I might set up a small trade or whatever. See if it has a buy signal. No, it doesn't have a buy signal yet. Weekly has a buy signal, not a daily. Weekly has a buy signal at 441. It's at 462 right now. Not the daily. Daily needs to break 475. So this number right there, 474, this will invalidate the sell signal. So this is the high that needs to break. Yeah, sitting right at the 50 and 200 as well. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, nothing else here on the RRG. Arm holding, weakening this 11. This one took a beating as well. Yeah, well, through it.
What about Axon, which is Thunderstrat's favorite?
I think I looked at it.
Tether maker, those, deportation stock,
AXON.
AXON.
Yeah, it has a triggered a buy signal um on the 28th. So yeah, we're gonna look through it and see this is if this is a three. It's just actually sitting right at that 50 EMA right now. So 200 is way down. Yes, definitely pulling back. $742 stock. That's gonna be cheap. Cheap stock to trade. Okay. I'll take a look at your UNH. You after UNH. There's the worst on here's UNH right there. Where the one right there. Horrible rotation. Stock is a falling knife right now. Don't get yourself caught in that. I know there's a tons of guys posting stuff about United Healthcare. I'm watching as well. This is a stock that is destroying the healthcare sector right now. So I'm not touching it. I thought about yesterday, pal, like doing a YOLO call or whatever. I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. Anything. Just let the thing go to zero. I don't care. We'll see after that. No, there's nothing there. Um, um, talk about some channels and stuff, right? New stuff. Got a bit of more um action here now. Daily, I didn't post anything yet, but I will. Okay. So all the description is all here. Hourly only did two yesterday. Just took a start. This one. Now, keep one thing in mind. I don't take all these trades. Okay. These are very shorter time frame, meaning that these trades gonna have a very tight stop loss. Okay. And you have to use that stop loss. And but these are great scalping trades that you can use during the day, you know, and some of them can pop really nice. Okay. So keep that thing in mind. Shorter the time duration is, well, tricky it gets. Okay. If you want to do a swing, well, most of the trades we do is swing trades anyways. But I did the 1 hour. I know some of you guys like to scalp trades, always bugging me pretty much all day. Um, the but anywhere you see this red line, now the the risk that you willing to take, or if you're comfortable taking it. Saying like, okay, well, I saw a buy signal, I took a trade, half hour later, okay, the bell rang. Now the session is closed. Now you saying like, okay, well, I took a trade late by the close, assuming thinking like, yes, we can get a big pop to the upside or whatever because it has a buy signal on 1 hour chart. That becomes a little risky. Why? Because market can gap down as well. So if the market gaps down, opens up here, opens up here, signal is no longer valid. It will disappear. So just keep that thing in mind. Don't chase, and I will try to avoid as well, especially not to post anything in the last hour of trading of any buy signal. I'd rather do it somewhere in when the market opens, okay? Something around like noontime. I'll do it. I'll try not to post these ones, especially 1 hour, because you might end up taking something. Yes, you can get lucky, of course. Risk is a risk. You gotta swing it, okay? And you might gap down here. Well, you're gonna then. It's just like any position, I mean, tons of millions of people are along the market. Market can gap down, can gap up, okay? So which stock is gonna open how, and but these are especially the IWM, like ETF, like a SPY and all this Qs. Well, they're definitely gonna, react based on the futures. So just be careful with this one, and I'll see if I will avoid not to post these ones in the last hour of trading either. But some of them are just they're like really really good. Look at the GLD um, the GLD we took. I'm gonna bring them over here. I don't want to switch screen. This is exactly what I took. The reason why I took this one is because I was watching this one. So I entered the trade here at 303. That's the stop loss right there, the low of this bar. And then we just kind of like chopped around, ended the session. And then this was the yesterday when the job report came out. I was like, sweet. Yeah, nice pop to the upside. Kind of stayed up on the side and just ended the session here. So I do take them, but I don't really chase them like into the close, because you just end up holding that trade overnight. If you're comfortable with it, you can just YOLO one contract or so. You can do it, but don't go too crazy. You can. These ones are fast moving trades. You could practice it for some time when you get fully comfortable how to read, how to react to it, and then you can adjust your size. Don't just rely like, well, this is it. This is just a trade, just like every other technical trade. Okay, you draw lines or throw moving averages or whatever the case is. Your targets are this, this. These are your targets. All you're looking for is these numbers going to the upside. How far does it go? We don't know. So neither do you. Nobody knows that. Okay. So if you grab something at 203, can you get to a 1 point to 2 point move? Beautiful trade. Close the trade. What else? Just wait for the next one. This is not the last one that you're ever gonna see. You're trying to cash like a 1 point to 2 move against against this low right there. So you have to practice it. Again, if you are not fully comfortable trading this, just trade with me. That's all. When I take a trade, just take a trade. This is just an older chart. Um, Earnings next week. Berkshire, Wayfair. Oh, I don't even know what is this. Nothing here. TGTX. Okay, we got Palantir. IMS Millie. Oh, Exxon. This one has the earnings coming after the close on Monday. NVTS. There you go. We're just looking at the stock VRTX. Oh boy. Swing a lotto. I don't even know there. I'm glad I checked here. Pfizer, Caterpillar, BP, Lemonade. Yeah, it's not Marriott, Cell Signal, AMD, Arista. What's this stock doing? I didn't even look at it. It's way up there. Open. McDonald looks good. Here's Oscar. Shopify, Uber. Uber is under a Cell Signal app. What a lousy, choppy trade it was. Here's this stock took a lot of beating as well. Has this triggered anything yesterday? No, a disaster. Um, Jack in the Box. Let's use Lily. Oh, 3 months of breakout Lily's gonna make on earnings. Let's see. Trade desk. Yeah, a few good names. This is gonna move the whole healthcare sector for sure. That's that is for sure. Eli Lilly. Um, Weekly is here. Now, these weekly ones that I posted here, I don't know, I mean, they're a very long time frame. Okay, this is IIB, Biogen, I believe. You see, like, same thing, red line, just trigger here on this weekly bar. And just took a high and low just to kind of see what the upside looks like if it moves. Verizon has one against this low. So it's the same concept, but it just you have a much bigger time frame. You see, like it could take a long time for this thing to see it triggers here against this weekly bar low and then got a big huge pop, went sideways for like over 2 months, almost 2, 3, 4. Yeah, almost 2 months. It just literally went sideways after this huge move. Because these are weekly time frames. So this is one whole week of trading. Okay. But same concept. Buy here, set a stop loss at the bottom. Target has one here. So against 92. So it might, yeah, you see that right there, this, where the resistance is now. This area. It made a huge move, came back down in there, and now is retesting this. If it fails, it goes back down like this. If it clears, the buy signal holds, you make a move up higher. But technically, the trend is down, not up. But if this holds, especially this low, this is the bet that you can make to the upside. It's a pretty clear way to trade, to be honest. Take one single chart, swing it, and wait. T-Mobile has it's all these ones that I did it. McDonald has one on the weekly time frame against 290. So just literally waiting for this. If McDonald's can make a move up higher, it has a buy signal on the daily as well. So weekly and daily both have a buy signal. Should be a might get a lift on earnings. Something to watch. All these ones, as long as they stay above this low, weekly low, the signal triggers here, it takes the last week low of the bar. Okay. So you technically basically risking Eli Lilly right. Well, now I don't know what it's trading at. Right here against 714. So weekly is good. Not the daily is not. See, just daily is gonna fire off several of them in between. This looks a little interesting. I don't really follow this company PDD. So against 99. Now the thing is this that I did this one when the newer these are the ones that already have the like meaning the closer that I can get the price to this is the original price, right? This is where the stock is trading. So basically what it is, like I want to try to see if we can try to get as close as possible, okay, to this price against this low. Because you don't want to chase something here and you might end up taking a dip. It could make a way back up there, but then your risk increases a lot, so you want to cash that sucker as quick as you can. So, because it's based on this bar, it triggers on this week. You need to get yourself in as soon as you see it, because then you have a much closer entry against this low. So if you chase something higher because you're late 3, 4, 5 weeks in that going into the trade, then your risk increase quite a bit to the downside. So I mean, it doesn't mean it cannot play out. Of course it can, because if it has a buy, it's gonna stay buy unless it's gonna get the sell, right? It's not gonna be another buy. It's always gonna be another sell after any buy. So the last one was here, 101 against this low. So it triggered here. It actually triggered here. So that time we're looking at something around like 110, 112 against this low. Then you got a 3 weeks of rally back to the upside. 2 weeks down, 2 weeks up. Then another week down. There you got hit with 125 price. So the price can rally, but these are that you get yourself in. Once you in it, you stay in it until it reverses back on you. If it reverses back on you, then it's going to take several weeks as well. Okay, so they don't have instantly weekly bars that are reversing back me. So it's just a very long time frame. Okay, so for shares, I have no problem. I have no time limit. I can sit on them for months and have no problem. But for options and stuff, like buying leaps and stuff, I mean, that's the one you just now you're drawing a time. You can do it. Just go as far as possible on time. So this way you're not gonna have no time decay. Just simply adjust your delta. Just try to set up like a spread here. You know, you can always close them whenever you want. So if the price is here, set up like a spread here or some spread here based on this high or probably this high. The price goes, it goes. So you can just always mark the previous highs of the range. This is the high right there, and then you have this range. So if the price goes up here, what is it has to break? This zone, this high, and this. That's your zone. It clears this. What do you chase? This high. Now the price is, we're gonna move higher. So you can always stack and build zones to the upside. All you're looking for is these pivot highs. Okay, it's just a much bigger time frame. And then we're gonna start with daily soon, and I didn't post anything yet because I just did it the other day. So then we'll post something here for our swing trades. So we'll use the same concept. How did we do the week? Let's see. Let's recap the week. Monday started here. ZS butterfly still working. Okay, that's $1.85. Butterflies down, I think, a little over 200 bucks. My end, 290, 300, 310 call fly. Pay $1.85. That is working. This is until August 15th. So we're gonna watch this one closely on Monday and Tuesday, see what we're gonna do. What we did here, IWM, we did a butterfly. That was a cheapo fly. We did. Butterfly was that was a really good one. The like a 2 days or 3 days out, 2 days out, I believe. Yeah, 31 July expiration, 225, 222, 218 put fly. Paid 50 cents for it. Did the same thing on this is the put fly because of the sell signal. Like this is the high that I was watching, 226.71. CLX, we closed the other one. Yeah, we took this trade, went to the first target, booked it on a 723 at 131.26. So we got ourselves here. I was trying to get to the 135, but we cleared the 50. I was really thinking like, okay, here we probably gonna make his way up, toward probably the 200. Then it got hit with a sell signal, so I took partial there. So then, and then from here, then the sell signal triggered. I logged back in. I just like I took the half off, so only got 90 bucks left remaining on that one. So what's the other one I closed? Oh no, it's got to be up there. CLS there was 874. Yeah, I know I was long 164 deltas. Yeah, that's what I took, 874 on that time. That's when that the profit line hit on that one. Remaining is off. That trade is off now. Put a Tesla, did a vertical with the calendar. Slightly down right now, but it's okay. I'm just trying to see if I can burn this short call to to, uh, to collect premium. So we can just try to burn this one, because this one expires on 15th August expiration. So we're gonna buy this thing back, and then I'll see if I can turn the calendar spread into a different strategy. We'll see. So if the trade is slightly down, it's okay. It's not what I'm trying to do right now, because this is for 19 September. So this is further out, right? So we have a lot of time on this one. But this one right there is closer. That's what the calendar is. You sell the front month and you buy the back month. What you're trying to do is you're trying to collect the premium for the ones that are shorter on a time duration is the one that's going to melt away faster. So we'll see. We'll check on see how it plays out. Yeah, three. That's the debit 545. I just try to play the upside, and then that's the calendar. Spine. What was this? Spy. Yeah, this one I closed it. I know. I was going downstairs for lunch. It's like 200 point delta. This was a 1 hour signal as well from the um one of the the put trade. I think what we did on Tuesday. Paid 148, got out of 163. That's the Costco that I took. 375, 931. That was just then serve. I closed this one. This was a shares that I bought 200 shares. Took like a $220 loss on this one. That sucker reversed. Yeah, this thing is no longer valid. I paid 1150 for 200 shares. Got out at 10.1. As soon as the Lord went off, I was like, I'm out. Um, that's the fly that we did for 50 cents. Cheapo fly. That one went up. I did 15. I was gonna do 20, but I ended up with 15. It's funny that I showed you that the same day the trade was up like almost 1,800 bucks, but it closed down 165 points. It's just very dangerous to hold this trade. You see right there, gamma, positive theta, but you're negative gamma. Look how many negative gamma you are. Gamma explodes on the last day of expiration of a butterfly. So it was, yeah, I did 8. I trimmed 8, then I held 7 for the last day. I was like, screw it. Worst case, I'm gonna go flat, but I still gonna walk away with profit one way or another. So this one I sold 103 from 50 cents I paid for it. No, I got out at 103. So I sold 8 of them and I held 7. And then I closed the fly here. Then this was $1.15. So I sold 103, paid 50. Then the other half, which was 7, that was 50 and got out at 119. So that ended up going like somewhere around like 480 bucks right here. But this sucker right there closed actually right there by the end of the day. It's tough to fight. I know that. Look how Theta looks so good. It just has to melt the passage of time. And because of your T line right there, it's moving and it goes up here, purple line, it just goes and boom, that's it, fades away. And then you just end up with this. That's you're gonna be a max payout as long as you stay in here. So you're gonna make the most money. So you could be sitting in the money here, and then 2 hours later, price it reverse. All the profit that you're looking here, boom, they're gone. Just over two candles. So it's just very risky, to be too greedy. Take something 50 to a buck. Come on, double it. What else do you want? Costco, half size. So I took 89. That's the one I took because I was long 4. There were over 100 deltas on this trade. So I trimmed 2. That's when the buy signal on the 1 hour failed. Then I held 2 and then we got the pop. We did this one, living right there. This one has to go as well. It's the fast one, yeah. This one has to go. It's down a little over a buck right now. How about shares? This stupid healthcare man is just brutal. Then we got GLD new trade. We did some trades last week. This week did a GLD trade, bought verticals 305, 310. That's what we got. Yesterday, the other day, a day before yesterday. Then I put a Russell butterfly on. It's gonna be on a long. It's a this full month. So I'll show you where the Russell what I'm trying to do. Just one contract, nothing big. I know it's pricey. Well, Ruben was saying it's kind of so like I understand that, but look at the price of the index itself. Try to do a S&P is going to be double the price. So we got plenty of time on that one. See how it goes. Did Apple Lotto for $1.50. My Apple is whipsawing everywhere. Lotto and then GLD. This is the one we closed yesterday. GLD paid 195. Got out at 272 yesterday. That pop that we got to the upside. That was nice. Then I got yesterday. Yesterday, what we did? Yeah, we did this trade yesterday, the scalp that we were chasing on a 1 hour window yesterday from what was the price yesterday? From the 621 to 625. I was chasing this one yesterday, the day trading. I went a little bit more on time because I hate to pay a short term. I could have taken this like 2 weeks out or so, just a simple calls. But with the you got a little bit of a spike in that volatility, and that kicks up the implied volatility up. It's like, you know what? I'll just do the spread, adjust the delta, $1.52, see how it goes. See if we can get to the 625 we did yesterday. That was the Costco that I got out of the two yesterday. Two that I cut at 89 bucks. These are the other two. So I closed that one because it hit that 200 EMA. Then what we did here, that's the scalp yesterday that we did the 625. It's at 380, whatever, 80, 85 bucks. So it was what lasted probably like 2 hours. Tried to play a little dip. Close that one, 625. And then I end up going with Meta yesterday. So I took 4 contracts on this one at 490. That's expensive. Freaking stock. Only give me 20 deltas on this trade. So I'm only long 20 deltas. I think trade was up yesterday like 80 bucks or so at the close. So we'll see how it looks on Monday or Tuesday then. We'll manage it from there. A little busy week with all these carry trades and stuff. So we'll review this every single week from here. The week we did and um last to least fun part, we walked through the signal screen. I'll just see what the um, daily looks like because these are the ones that we're always watching. Um, because I have a 100 watch list on my other monitors. I can just click them right there. Eli Lilly got a sell signal here. Jesus. Trading below 50 and 200 EMA, both red. Costco, nothing here. He says just trying to break the 200. It's a decent trade, but it's all good. The rotation looks really impressive. So let's see. Monday might trigger something. If Monday triggers something, that will definitely give us this stop loss right there. So we'll see. I don't know what the buy signal is going to trigger Monday or Tuesday. I don't know if it's going to might not. I don't know yet. So conditions are not met for to make a call just by looking at them. So we just have to wait Then we can go back in again on Costco. Something to watch. Every is good, but look at these daily bars. It's just a painful trade, you know? It has a nice ATR, like an average of 5, but it's just like 50, and then you have this 200. I mean, it's above the 50 and 200, both are green, but these are not easy to trade, because look at the dip this stock took. It's trying to work his way up, but it's grinding. Home Depot right there got a sell signal. Actually, that triggers freshman, as a matter of fact, yesterday, so need to stay here against this low, 378. So it's right between this 50 and you can see this moving average. You have to like, that's what I first thing I do is just to look what the price is actually doing for me to make a case to the upside, something. I don't know, just see all the decline here and just like literally sideways back and forth. They're just very messy. This one right there, oh, that was close. Yesterday, as a matter of fact, this one has a weekly signal as well. So daily goes here. Look how close it was yesterday. And it reversed right back up to 50. It has a buy signal. So it's fighting to work its way up. AMT. It's just this kind of a price action is just a nasty, man. Look how many weeks, okay, and over a month it took to went all the way back up to make a higher high right there against this high, because that's where you have the initial push. Gotta flush it back down over here in a matter of three days. The entire move. Look, you just went right back to the low. Got a bit of a bounce yesterday, got faded. It's right in between 50. I like this stock a lot, but it's been a long time I did the trade. Last trade was a really good trade we did on this one. I remember that. Um, it just too damn choppy. Plus, the real estate sector is so horrible. Lowe's got a sell signal as well. Well, Home Depot is gonna get it, so does the Lowe's. So goes here at 231 now against like on the daily time frame. See a simple clean chart. McDonald's earnings are coming. You see, McDonald's has, I know the weekly has one right there, and the daily is one. So McDonald's looking pretty good into earnings. So I mean, this thing is way down here at 285. So the risk is huge. Okay, both on daily and weekly. But we will see how the earnings plays out. Trading above 5,200. We're just gonna watch this high to break. Then we can see if we can make some room to the upside. But earnings are just pure gamble. J&J got a sell signal here after the run up. Now you're gonna have to watch 168.61 is high. So it's pretty down close from Amgen got a sell signal here against 309. It's a little under pressure. Qualcomm got a hit on earnings as a zig. It has mean reversion signal here, so it's trading below here. I like Qualcomm. Okay, this is a this dip right there should get bought, and I'm gonna buy Qualcomm for sure. But I'm just gonna wait. This is a clear diagonal here. This is a 1-2. I countered this thing on a motive wave. Okay, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 with an overlap with 1 and 5. This is a 1-2 count. So right now it is trading below these two 5200, and after the earnings now it took a hit. So it's gonna take some time to kind of settle. So let's see if we would take extension from this swing high, this low, projected from this high. See, we're at 100 at 147.83. So just gonna watch this one. I mean, watching stocks is one thing, but in order for me and you to act is when we see a green button here like this. You know, I'm just not comfortable buying anything if oops, if we have this thing sitting on our head. I think it's just being desperate, to be honest. If I will look at something on Optima screen, that's different. That I will sometime I take a shot there based on those scripts, but it just depends which screen I want to play. So something that is at least if if something is gonna trigger and we know where we can define the risk, right? But right now we don't know nothing because we're coming down. So this thing is all getting highlighted. Oh, gee. So it's just we don't know how much more is gonna come down. So we're just gonna have to wait. That's all. And we'll get it. Pepsi got a sell signal. Daily has Daily has a buy signal. I know this whole pop. Look how many days Pepsi was trying to break this 200. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days for one full week because it has taken so much beating. 5 weeks. You see what happened? Boom. Rejected after 5 attempts. Just couldn't break. So that's the key breakout level now. Well, now it has a sell signal right at that 200. So this has to break. Basically, now the 200 where it rejected 5 times. Duke Energy, Merck, very range bound. Got a sell signal here as well. God, man, this healthcare is such a disaster. From this UNH is just killing that sector. ABT has a buy signal. I don't even think it's gonna last, to be honest, after this dip. Coke fighting her life at 200. Berkshire Hathaway sell signal, mean reversion signal. On that one, oh, they had their earnings. This one goes up on a high because this one doesn't give you. This is the way totally different ball game with the pink buy and sell. Bristol Myers all the way down. Great. GILD. It's just Walmart is. I think I missed this one, to be honest. I think I saw it and I didn't. This one triggered on 7/21. So right on this 50 to 96. Now come on, 1 point move. It's okay. I'm dying for it. Southern Company SO. Looks nice. Make his way up to the new highs. This is still going from here against this low. This is the one I want to get. CVS as a buy signal. That's what I was talking about. So we're gonna do is that we're gonna it's 58 right now, trading at 50, 62, 68, 59 basically. So gonna be risking like roughly 3 points. 3 points and connect is. Yeah, interesting. Rotation looks really good. Nice uptrend, sideways chop. Last one went up really nice from 61 all the way to 67. This one was really good, 44 to 69. So we'll see how this one goes. Gotta buy some time though. You see, both are red, below 250. Fake out, reversal. Huge rejection. Pfizer, sell. It's just gotta wait for the new buy one. Just way down now. Procter Gamble all the way down. Verizon has a buy. I've never even traded that stock. Boeing, sell. Boeing is cooling off now. Testing 50 EMA against the high. LMT, sell. KHC, Kraft Heinz, sell. We're looking at S&P 100 index. Keep that thing in mind. This makes the market. These are the stocks that moves the market, right? And you see right there what I look through every single day. You know, it's all here. These are the move. This is what moves the market. DHR, sell. That's what I'm saying. It's like these stocks are, I don't know what to say. Nike, sell against this high now. So if the price reverses, takes out that sell, it means that this buy signal is still going, right? Basically what it is that you're not looking for another higher high now because you're looking for it to come down. Or you just simply wait for the next buy signal now, under as long as I'm sitting under a sell. Buying something under a sell it's very damn challenging. So basically what you're doing, just like you buy in fib And then you're thinking like, okay, well, 1, 2, or 3, 4 days a week from now or 2 weeks from now, I might get a buy signal. But that doesn't look, if the conditions are not going to met, that's not going to trigger anyway. So the next will be the buy unless this is reverses. So you're just gambling on this thing to fail because you get yourself and you entering here. Even the fact that you missed out the entire move to the upside originally to begin with, but now you're chasing that stock from here on a under a sell. Now you're betting that this thing will fail. It's just that's a dangerous way to trade, to be honest. Getting yourself much higher from here, and then on top of it, you fighting for this thing to fail, for the price to. Yeah, I mean, odds are just, I don't even know, 10% for this thing to happen. Altria Group ripped into the upside. Texas took a beating on earnings all the way down. His target is totally bearish. CVX sell. Chevron, Ford sell. They're all under sell. That's what I'm saying. CL sell. Intel sell. AIG sell. What is it called? NextEra Energy sell. Comcast sell. Target sell. Mondelez sell. They all sell. And that's what I'm saying is August just doesn't look good. Netflix sell. Been like this for weeks now. Still going. It might trigger something, then we can get in. I'm not gonna buy anything until I see one of these. So and that doesn't happen at the lower bar either. So just to let you know, you need initial push to the upside in order for conditions to met to trigger a buy signal. You see right there, and that doesn't give you something here. So you need to look for at least 2 higher bars. Then we'll use a 1 bar low as a stop loss, then we'll ride this thing back to the upside. That's the plan. Yeah, it doesn't give you these low. That's Optima does that. That's my different software that I use. Those ones will give you actually on the bar, on the close. So you can swing a trade from there. I've taken tons of from there as well. You can nail bottoms like not this one. This one will give you a buffer zone here, bit of a cushion to where you can set a loss stop loss here because if the price comes down here, makes a lower low, takes out this low of this day, this is no longer valid. GM got a bit of a pull, but choppy. You see, went up, spike right there, but the close was here. We'll see what happens on Monday. This got stopped out. No. Update. Lin. Sell. GD sell. Medtronic sell. Cisco sell. USB sell. EM. Got a dip, got a buy right there against this low. I've never traded this stock. No, this is something that it's really so difficult to work charts on this because I'm just not used to it. See, everything is just all over the place. I have way more practice on Optima and Motivate. These are just the generic, cheap looking charts, to be honest. T-Mobile, sell, Dow, sell. This is the Dow Chemical. BSE, sell, BK, nothing yet. Bank of New on Mellon. This one doesn't have anything yet. PayPal, sell. UPS, of course. GE, nothing yet. Citi, nothing. MetLife, sell. XOM, sell. Starbucks, sell. Disney, sell. UNP, sell. COP, nothing there yet. Google, nothing. Google is still going. Google might get something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to cover those leaps. Can I hang on to those shares? Let the thing come down or cover those leaps, book profits on those ones. Wait for the whatever if the dip is gonna be. Next buy comes in, we're gonna roll another leap right away, but we'll hold those shares. Much lower entry. So we just swing from one buy to another sell on leaps. Okay. And then the next buy will come, we'll buy the leaps, and we're gonna ride that thing up as long as it goes until it triggers another sell. Then we'll cover those leaps again, but you will leave the shares as is. We're just gonna own it. I will, yeah, you know how much I talk about Google all the time. Hang on to this stock. What is it? Wells Fargo sell, IBM sell, SPG sell, MS nothing, EMR sell, Palantir nothing. This might get a surprise soon as well. Just wait. If I would run a projection from this swing, no, just to take this high swing. Is so this was the high of the swing from this point to this. Just to see what the upside looks like. 127, 1618. Ooh, it's actually right at 1167 right now at 160.62. So if Palantir will make a move, that will be 184. That'll be 200. Off from this swing only, not from back here. Those upside will change big time. Just to take the last just a simple whatever WXY correction you want to call it. There's a three-way move here. Just take this high to this low. So 162, 184. So watch that one. Nvidia, nothing. Look at that. Jeez. Here's a beast. We can actually do the same thing here on Nvidia. Let's see. Run this swing. This low. And see if we can look for okay, that's the 100. 127, 161, 193, and then 200, 219 off from this decline. Now Nvidia has the room to run to 193. That's the 161.8. 50 is way down here. AMD, nothing. Honey, sell. EMO buy. That's a pretty nice buy. This stock is going against this low. A huge spike on earnings. CHDR disaster, man. Look at the stock. Literally cuts in half. 437 and 263. 3M tape, sell. American Express, sell. I remember all these because I look them every single day. Broadcom is good. Apple, sell. Has, see, this 215 has to break to open the upside on this stock. I don't know if this is a fake out here to the downside now after this earning surprise. You see, it made another attempt yesterday and then it reverses. Look how many days this stock has been trying to break this 200. Tried here, failed. Tried here, failed. That's 2 times. 3 times. 1 time managed to close above it. Right here. That's the close right there. Second day. Third day right there. Tested the 200 again. So there's 2. And then from here, you got another move here. There goes a sell. Close here. Close. The point is what the stock is doing. Just cannot catch a break to clear this 200. Rejected for 3 days. Reversed right back up to 200 again yesterday. There you go. I don't know what kind of a bull market is this. I don't know. I'm just showing you 100 S&P index right now. The whole index. Tesla sell, fighting 200. Tesla was the buy, which is fine. It's already good. It's under a sell now against this high. Visa, sell. FedEx, sell. MA, still chopping around. But this looks like a bear flag, but see, something that could easily go like this. 50%. I'm gonna watch and see if a sell triggers here. We can buy some puts. But a put spread, I play the sucker down like this. Just I'll watch this thing. This thing there. I'm an old school. I like to write things. MA. Visa under a sell. This one will come as well. So you got a mean reversion here. So yeah, it's the same thing here. Visa did. They're both the same charts. Visa, MasterCard. Same thing. It works. See, gets the same dip here. We can do this on Monday if you want to, but again, we're just gonna go off. Just take that same swing. And we can sell the upside calls. We can do that as well, but it's gonna be a little bit pricey for some of you. But 200 is here. We can this needs to invalidate here. This low. Why is it so difficult to work with TOS today? They do those upgrades over the week that just slows things down. So 552 is the price is at 559. 552, 559.57. That's a 10-point ATR. 10 points ATR. 50 to here. 538. 540. And do a 555.40 put spread. We do 555 to 540. That'll be 15 points. Yeah, 555 to 540, which is right at 200. 200 at 538. So we're gonna buy something here. We're just gonna 50. I have to look at the chain. It doesn't matter. You can either make, what's that, 559. So we just do 550 and 540. So that's the 10 points widespread. Or we can do 555 and 540. So both will work. Well, this one obviously is going to cost you a little bit more because there's a 15-point widespread compared to 10. Just to come down here and hug this line, you know? So same thing like Visa. Oh, watch this one. JPM, nothing. Man, that 300 pip was almost to the penny. COF sell, Capital One, CRM sell. What is this? Intuit, nothing here. It's a nice meter version here. That's a beautiful five wave. This is what you call a, this is what you call a chart, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. That's the classic five-way pattern right there. What is this? A company? Software company? Caterpillar, nothing. Earnings are coming. Oh man, look at this move. Jeez. Off from this low. This bar came really close, but didn't really break below this low. And look at this upside. Generational melt up. Oracle, nothing. You see the ones that they made the massive moves? They're the one that are holding this market. Microsoft, look at this. Still going. And look how close Microsoft was here to this low. That's crazy, man. How beautiful this like these signals works, huh? Gives you exactly that defined low, but it needs the price needs to stay above in order for this thing to play out. I mean, I think I did a hell of a job. Just to, I mean, they fail as well, as you can see, but this one has a sell. I know that. Adobe testing right at 3078.6, right? And that's going to be a decision zone for this stock. 78.6. ACN sell. Also all the 52 weeks low. UNH sell. If we get a buy signal, then we can buy something. But I am not touching this. Hell no. Look at this. And look at this one. How choppy decline it got. But it paid. But you have to understand how much weakness the stock has. Look at this low. So it triggered here on 529, basically triggered here on the 530th for this daily bar. It set a stop loss right there at the previous day of 528 low. So basically your trade moved 1 day, 3 days down, couple days up, all the way down, another washout, and then you got the move back up. So imagine being in this trade, kind of a roller coaster. But the point is like price didn't break below this low. That's all. That's the key that you gotta watch. This line, this low is everything. That low has to hold for this thing to play out. How much we go up? Well, we have our fibs. Now this one has a sell here since 7-3. Today is 8-2, so it's been a month now. So it's been puking nonstop. So this one triggered here. Well, there's nothing to buy if this triggers. So it's gonna be another buy for sure. But when? Well, we don't know. We're just gonna wait. So I'll watch because this sucker right there has to give a bit of a breather to the healthcare sector because this is the one is destroying the healthcare sector. So you can just check here. XOE is this. So I'm trying to count as of 8 swings using the Elliott wave. So we can put 1, down 2, up in 3, 4, 5. We can make a case of a diagonal. Okay. So if that's the case, we can put 1A here. I'm gonna make this thing a little bit bigger. So this becomes A. So we have 5 off the lows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then remember that every diagonal originally retraced back to the either wave 4 or wave 2. Okay. In this case, first initial dip from here came all the way back down here toward the wave 4. Always going to be like this on every diagonal. Okay. So then from here, we got the bounce. Now we got another dip. So technically, diagonals starts from here. Okay. Once they will complete a 5-way move, your minimum downside is always going to be a prior 4. But according to the book, diagonals retraces most of the time either back to the prior wave 2. That's what they call the diagonal starts from wave 2, not from 4. So if that's the case, okay, well, that's what I'm watching on the healthcare is if we have 5, if we can count 5 from this, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 here, 6, 7, 8. That makes 8 swings now, okay, which is good. Now, according to Elliott wave, this 8 swings, this swing that is coming down right now must stay above this low. Okay. So the price right now is at what? 131. So 131 against the 127.35. Okay. So you have what? 28, 29, 30, 34. So call it like 3.5, 4 point worth of a risk to the low. So if this 8 swing holds, which we will find out here now, because ETFs, they work really good with fibs as well. So let's run this low to this high. I think went and look for 78.6. There you go. So it hasn't really tested yet. It might comes down and test it. This is the last resort now. Okay. So this 78.6 now on this 8 swings a must hold. If this breaks, you're gonna take out this low. So this is the key fib to watch. This is where a lot of institute, they call fast money, triggers their stops. And there's a lot of buyers comes here as well at the same time to defend the low. So yesterday was very close. They didn't really hug that 129.58 print, which is okay. It was pretty close, which is fine. It was still a lower bar. It has a sell signal. So to confirm this, well, now this one triggered on the 728. So this is like fairly fresh. So now if you look at the last duration was 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it took 8 days last time for a buy signal to trigger, which failed. This one failed, right? Now I got hit with a sell signal. So this one was 8 days. This one was triggered here. The 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So see, they're very close. You got, no, we don't need to count the upside. We need to see how long does the sell signal usually stays down until the buy triggers. Got one triggers here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4. My marker. So this is 4, which makes a fourth wave. So it's 4. This one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 8 to this buy. This one is 1, 2, only 3 so far. So he hasn't even completed minimum at least 4. So I have to wait for Monday to at least match this time, and then we'll see. Something triggers either Thursday or Friday next week. Oh, watch. Nothing on UNH. So what do we have? UNH, GS, nothing. Goldman Sachs, BOK, sell. That's a BlackRock. Amazon, nothing. It might get a surprise with this kind of a dip. Might not. It's just the one, so we'll see. Amazon is going as well from 180 all the way back up. Meta got a mean reversion for the pop. Right now it's at 749. That's what I got the trade in yesterday. Okay, that's the plan right there for this trade. See the high right there? That's where we had that dip. So now from here, we got a big, huge pop, right, on earnings. Now we're retesting it. And I really don't want to see Meta to close below this high. If Meta closes below this low, this high right there, I'm just going to cut the trade. Okay? So just keep that thing in mind. Because if that happens, then this move right there was all fake. It's just comes right back down like this. This is really fresh because it only closed one time above this high. Now it's coming back down to retest this broken resistance, which is going to act as support. So we bottom, which is fine. We could ride this thing to 760. Okay. That's an ATR line right there. So we can do that. So it doesn't matter. I mean, this kind of market, just whatever you can get, man, just take the money and run. Trade is a trade. It's not the first or last signal you're ever gonna get them or there's no signal on this one. I just took a trade because of the retest of this broken resistance, which was right at the 38.2 retracement at the 750. So we kind of dipped down here. We got somewhere around here. So I don't know, upline. Shoot. Let me see on my phone. Let's see how it oh okay. I'm up $92 out of 4 contract. Somehow, I mean, just like a what, $2,000 trade gives me only 20 deltas. Like that's it. Paid how much? 495, I believe. 498. 498 times 4. That's $1,992. And I'd really like to stay right to that 2000 mark on my wife's account. So just to try not. I mean, there are trades that I could go 2100, 2200, depends on a debit, but I try to stick near as possible to 2000 mark. I don't want to cross that 2000, that 2% threshold. Um, Meta and that's it. And booking last one is sell. We just went through 100 stocks, okay, which is all here, one by one. From Eli Lilly, we started all the way down here to Booking Holdings. There's hardly any buys, all sell right now. But those sells that have been working for some time are the one is gonna give you the next buy trigger. And there's gonna be a tons of trades that are gonna come. XOM right there. Now, if you wanna look now, if you wanna look through coin, sell. See, coin is coming back down to retest. Likely close it below. That's not a good sign. I mean, it's okay, just reversing back down from off this high right there. Yeah, I always watch this when you're breaking out the high and when you're gonna retest. I mean, that's gonna be crazy, man. If S&P comes back down to 6,100, it's gonna be a 1% year to date. The way thing, I mean, so what if the 2, 3 stocks makes up the entire stock market, the rest of the market is completely dead? Well, let's see how long we run this course and run a swing here from just a short one. Take this high, this low, reject it from here. Just a teeny tiny swing. This candle done right. The background is at 303. What was below 50 yesterday? 200 is 264. Sitting right here. I know how long the dip is going to take. So coin has this. Same thing with the MSTR. Sell. So I'm not doing anything in MSTR. Oh, buy. Last time we played this one. I remember that. I remember it was something. I think I made like 1,800 bucks or so on that trade, $1,900. So this was we played this one, which was I went right after when I saw this, but now we're taking a leg down from this high of 718 bar. No, yeah. So from 718 and actually triggered on a 21. So it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's been 9 days so far. So I don't know. It's gonna what come back down, retest this 200 now. This setup right there, man, looks really good. Only if you're looking at a bigger time frame, this thing can turn nasty, man. Just a perfect round bottom pattern. You know, if we're right now forming a handle, I mean, this thing is gonna you simply take this low to the height of this, measure the upside. I mean, I'm not gonna do anything right now, but need one of these first. Then we'll get back in. In the meantime, just sit on your hand and wait. Nothing we can do. Look at that, man. How they whipsaw these two. Closed above, then came back down. It's crazy. This one was darn close. Look at this. Look how close the price got. And then boom. Yeah, low is high, low, open, close. Now, the close is where action will happen. The thing when the full body of the candle closes, and then you just either have to take 2 days of the previous daily bars, whichever the day was, it triggers here, previous day, which goes here, and then you take the stop loss right the previous day. That's your risk right from here. Now, how it's gonna play out? Well, nothing. It's the same thing. We don't know anything what's going on in a blank chart, but we'll find out. Um. Oh, the our Mr. Rubin wants to see the earnings to see. That's a horrible way to do it. Which one is yes there? He wants to see like which ones has a buy signal for him to scale. So Palantir, we already looked at them. Monday after the close, we have HIMS. HIMS has a buy signal. It's sitting right at the pivot zone right now. So this buy right there triggered on 727. So from 727, it just literally chopped around for like what, 2 weeks? Five, 3, 4, 5. There's 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2.5 weeks. And then finally make his way up. Okay, fine. So what we can do here is, I don't know, it's gonna rip that hard, but we'll make the case if as long as the bull signal is alive. Okay, what we can do is we take the same this with this. So that's what we're looking for, this pattern. So we can use multiple swings. We can take this. Geez, nothing is showing up. So we take this one to the upside, just the handle. Then we take this high to this low. Oh, there's two of them here. We can delete one. So we have this high to this low to this high. Start with 4.39 in the ATRs, which is, this is good enough. Plenty of. And then you can take this swing to this. So what you're trying to do is that you're trying to build a zone. Okay. So that would be, if the stock breaks, what will be your upside zone that you're going to be watching? So we're going to just build two because of the ATR. So this is the zone one that has already been being tested right now. So color. So what you're looking for is the cluster of fibs. Okay. So it's between 66, 71. That's the zone one. So let me just get the little decent color. Okay. So this one right there, you see kind of poked in there, put like a big, huge doji candle here. So yesterday's session was down. So this zone right there right now at the moment is being tested. Okay, I got one rejection so far because of the doji for one day. Now, if the price reverses from here, that's going to be your next upside zone if that zone breaks. Okay, so you can just do it this way. Just make this one. Yes, it's green. So this is all, we're always hunt for yellow zone and then we chase a green zone. That's it. It's always been my trading style. Find entry in yellow zone, target the green zones. So that's the story on this. So it has, I mean, we can always open more, but there's no point for it because the stock only moves 4 points on average anyways. So the worst case is like, okay, if the stock is a 62 plus 4, that's 66. This No, what I'm doing. Yeah, the 60. So right now is a 62.55 plus. We're looking at 4.39. That was the actual move where the stock just got backed off because it went to 103. So if this number goes up to 100, the implied move is done. So what we are now is 62.55 plus 4.39, 66.94. And the high was 70.66. Like talking pennies, you know? So once the implied move is done during the day, I mean, there's no point to hold the trade, and there's no, and there's like no need to get in a trade when the implied move is already done. You don't buy anything when the move is already done, long gone. You already hit, the bar will turn green, sorry, red like this once it reaches the 100%. So if it doesn't reach 100%, it stays yellow. So this is plain. I wouldn't even open this. I mean, it's fine. You can leave it there. So um that's the way to play. I mean, I don't even. That's your story on hymns. Millie has a buy signal here, but it's very choppy. I'm watching. Look how close it got. Look what the stock is doing for like no more than a month now. It's trying to hold this low. Yes, 23.48. Right about it's just this 50 is putting a cap on this stock, as you can see for how long. 200 is way down, all the way down here. So if you can just make an ABC some sort of a choppy direction, want to call it whatever, WXY, really doesn't matter. So if this thing was, you just simply take this high to this low, just a swing here, just like this, 78.6 to 100, 61.8, there you go. So that's the 100 from this high to this low. I mean, this one worked out okay. This one is a beast. So technically, this price, if you look at this is not bearish. I can tell you that. This is just literally stock. It's just been taking a break since 522 high. So it's been 5, 6, 7, 8. It's been 3 months. It's just almost a one full quarter, just doing nothing, literally sideways. So earnings will be the answer. Squid has a buy signal. Just talked about it. They have an earning coming in as well. Is 709. Right now they're trading 742. So do the same thing just to run this high, this low. Why did I just select this one? This is just a reasonable target just to take a one prior swing high and low. NVTS has a sell on it. No, what's the PFE of a cell. Caterpillar, we already looked at them. Cat, lemonade, cell, DuPont, cell, ESPR. I don't even know what it is. I'm just going through. Marriott, cell. Remember that AMD we already did. SMCI has a buy still going. What is that? Buy still going against this low right there. Um, ELAB open. What? So, what the hell happened to this dog? A 48-cent stock. Thanks. Snap, sell, UPST as a buy. Nice move. Nice move from there. Um, Clue, sell, Uber, sell. Know that. Yeah. Dang, it touched that 85. Wow. It's to the penny yesterday. 85.30. Uber, sell. Shopify, still a buy. Oops, no. Oy, oy, oy. Dang it. See, I built that, so I didn't watch this down yesterday. It's fine. That's the first zone failure for sure. This is if man, that's a nice run, huh? Just to buy something here in the next day or two. I mean, you went through a hell of a ride on the way up, though. You know, get yourself in, and you see it's a huge retracement here. Get back here, here, here. Yeah, there's a lot of setbacks that basically your position cuts into a half. But from here to here, beautiful move. But it needs patience and discipline. That's all it is. If you're sitting and babysitting candles like Ruben does, good luck. Because your emotions are working when the market is trading. First, you don't want to listen to somebody who's just yapping his mouth. I'm not want to be rude. I'm just saying the fact, right? Your money is moving, working for you. Now it's either down, or slightly up, or sitting flat. You know what? It just bothers you if you just want somebody trying to say something. That's not somebody's fault. You need to understand. You need to control your own emotions while you're into a trading. You either too much involved, you either have too much risk that you put it on that you're so nervous to being wrong, or you down that you cannot say like, well, it's gonna hurt me really bad if I'm gonna be wrong on those trades. So if you're trying to put yourself in that kind of a situation and then you say like, well, I just want to disconnect from everyone while I just wanted to make sure that my position plays out for me. You gotta change few things for you. You know, you gotta be relaxed. you know, when you take in risk, take trading as comfortable as you can be. You can always scale up. That's not a problem. Scaling up is not an issue. Okay. I can put a 30, $40,000 trade if I wanted to tomorrow on Monday. That's not a problem. But what's the point? Yes, I can get lucky on a $40,000 worth of calls. Of course I can hit a, but what are my odds? What if I'm wrong? That I have to take a 27, 28, $30,000 loss. Good luck recovering that. The next trade, if I'm taking a 27, $28,000 loss, the next trade I have to open the trade back again for another 30. You think I'm going to go down to a $2,000 trade size because now I took a $28,000 loss because I'm trying to be a hero on a $50,000 size position. That's not risk management. That's not how trading works. Or your capital will work for you. You have to scale up each once you double your account or you just like get to 75 kind of 80% mark, you can double like scale up on your position size. If you want to stay with 1%, stay with 1%. You want to stay with 1.5, stay with 1.5, but don't cross the 2% threshold. Nobody should be risking more than 2%, period. Read any book of risk management. There's so many professional traders out there. Everybody tells you 1.5, max 2. But there's some guys out there will tell you, yeah, risk 3.5%, risk 2, go 4. If you have enough capital, yes, you can do 3, 4. You know, if you have, let's say, let's say you have an 800,000, okay? If you have an $800,000 account and if you take a $5,000 size position and if you're wrong, let's say you take a $4,000 hit, you just don't feel it. From $800,000 to $4,000, you're not gonna even feel a damn thing. Okay, that's just because it's just the way these numbers are. Bigger the number is, two, three, $4,000 trade loss, you just don't feel it. Yeah, well, if you're gonna take a $800,000 account, you're gonna take a $30,000 hit. Yeah, it's gonna keep you up at nighttime. What happened today? Now I'm down to like 760. Yeah, risk management is very, very important because if we're gonna, I can make a wave count, it can go wrong. I can have a swing, it can go wrong. I have a signal, it can go bad on us as well. So there's no, I don't have, I don't have a crystal ball here somewhere on my desk that I'm gonna launch. It's just, it's the journey, it's the trading game that we play. You know, but you can play as much as you can. I have this one as long as you're here. If you decide not to be here, that's your choice. That's fine. I'll I'll keep moving. I don't turn around. I'm focused. I'm gonna be keep moving. I have this thing for life. I don't have to do anything. But I'm well aware of it that most of the trade is gonna play out more than are the ones they're gonna fail. Why? Because I've tested this thing for 3 years. I know the results. I know the exact average on these. So I just swing. I don't judge. I don't blink. If I like something, I'm gonna just swing it. Worst case is that I'm gonna get stopped out. Fine, no big deal. I'll catch another one. Just keep moving. Because I take two signals. Based whatever. These are actually swings what you're looking for, but you just don't see them in the back. Okay, these are all high and low swings the way I did it. So it doesn't. So what if you take two trades and both of them got stopped out? You're gonna say like, oh, you know what, garbage, man. I don't want to follow this nonsense. It's just it's a human nature. It's just because loss is just it when it triggers, it just some people they just like to either take a deep breath, get up and walk away from the desk, you know, or just accept it. Accept the way it comes to you. Say like, you know what, fine. I had a plan to go up on this trade. I set this thing up. Thing failed. I'm out. Right? But some people they get angry over it, because they just cannot handle a loss. Now they're pissed. Now they want to take a revenge. I want to find something else. I want to recover at least half my money back. If that kind of mindset, then you're going back in the market again with your third swing, it can come and bite you again. You know? So the best thing is you have two signals and both fails, just simply take a day off. Don't do anything. Let the bell ring. Let the day be end. Deal with tomorrow. Fresh mind. You're gonna have way different thinking when you're gonna be sleeping at nighttime. Wake up fresh. Have breakfast and this, and then you start your day right. This everyday trading is it's a cancer, man. You know how many signals that I see from this screen to this screen? All day. All day. You know how many trades I can personally can trade just just trade on my own, like what I used to do it all the years. But I play very selective swings. I take very selective trades because I don't want to overtrade. There's so much. I'm always doing something, and sometime I look at them. I was like, okay, there's one. Should I take it now? It's like, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go to another one. I'll do it like this, and then next day or a couple hours later, I'm gonna look at them the stock, and the stock is like sitting up here. I was like, oh shoot, there you go. You see, like sometimes you just judge because you're judging. You have something in front of you that you have conditions on them that met your conditions, fires a signal. But you doubt it, thinking like, oh no, because it's not right, or because I don't want to take it. Just that these are your opinions now. You're just judging. So if it's gonna play, what if it plans? If that plan that you have fails, okay, it fails. What if it plays out for you, but you're not in it because you were guessing? I don't want to take that trade. What is your reason for not taking the trade? Eh, Just it's a crazy game, man. Just a crazy game. There's there's really nothing for me to make on the MST out of wave count when we have a cell signal sitting on our head. You have to understand that. I mean, the same retracement here is going to be a same retracement on that chart. We can just make a case here of a 1-2 case. I mean, can't do 4. So we have 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 200%, almost to the penny. Down in 4, A, B, and C, diagonal. Diagonal got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's your 5 completed waves. So if this is the case, now we need to set back in 3. So this is the wave count of MHT here. Now how much is this C comes down against this A? $350, which is a distance travel in A projected from B, equal measured distance of 100 at 350. 2 versus 1, which is 38.2 retracement off the low, where you actually have the 5 swings to the upside, 355. So your first zone right now, the downside is this. If this C really accelerates, Then we'll look for 50% retracement from this high to this low. So for now, we just have to watch and see where this damn thing is going to find the support. And wait for the buy signal. When those conditions that I have them there, meets, will met, and then it will trigger one of these buy signals. Once this buy signal triggers, I'm going to open the trade. Until then, nothing. Just going to sit back and watch. Okay. I don't have a buy wave count on coin. I never made one because I can never pull a damn on my chart here for some reason. See, it's blank. I want to make one, but you cannot, nothing shows. I have MSDR. I have MSDR, know that, but not the coin. I don't need it. I have. So coin not doing anything. Coin is not doing anything any better anyways. Same thing. Coming down again. We'll buy both of them. So if we're gonna run 2 versus 1, if this is the 5 here on that one, so we can just do the same thing here. Off. Now we do the 38.2 in this one. And move all the other ones. Oops. Already run through. So 329 goes to 315, 293. 293 is a 50%. No. Yeah. 293 is a 50% retracement off from this high to this low. And then 61.8 right to this 200. They're on top of it. The rotation doesn't look good. See? Yeah, we just have to wait it out, man. That's all. No, there's no need for me to throw any money here yet. So you just have to wait. See how it confirms sell signal and then the rotation is dragging right into the lagging quadrant. That's the system. That's how it works. That's how it makes sense. Rotation that the sell signal triggers along with the rotation that confirms both sides like yes, it is rotating out from the leading to the weakening toward the lagging, and now the stock is coming back down. So it will eventually forms a hook here, and then another buy signal triggers here, and then we'll go back in. It's not going anywhere, so just gonna have to wait it out. That's all. We'll hunt for other stocks in the meantime. Arista, we already did open this Uber, Sell, Shopify, Oscar, OSC. Oh man, this thing is 1 point move. It's another healthcare story, has a buy signal on it. Chopped around. I don't know this company at all. So watch 1286. I mean, this thing can fail really fast. Just one little flush, boom, it's done. NVO. Oh, that's a disaster. MCD, we already looked at them. MCD looks good. App. Yeah, we took this trade. I mean, you know, it's painful $300 I made on this big man. Look at this thing. This is a classic looking bear flag, you know. So earnings will confirm for sure. So very classy looking. Let me see. Fine. Take. We were right at 61.8. This this is gonna this and this is gonna make a decision on this stock. I can tell you right now. This zone right there breaks, and this one to the upside. That's the play on this stock. If this breaks, then we'll open the upside. If it fails back toward here to this zone, then we'll look for a downside move. Just measure it from here to here, 100%. That's an equal measured move. Right there. So that's the play. I don't know what is that. This is very tough to read. I don't know, I don't care. I'm not trading that stock, man. It's so poor. Two trades I've done in this trade, very little payout. I'm gonna get lucky on this stock. SYM. Oh man, this thing is a monster. What company is this? Embotic. Wow. Yeah. 421. Oh, this is a disaster. I believe I don't know. We just take this for for fun for now. Yeah, it's pretty. See, this is a 78.6 from this low to this high right here. So I didn't really test it. This is below 50 and 200, and this thing is non-stop puking. Wow. Yeah, it has no buy signal. So FDNT testing 200. I don't even know which target. Oh, Fortinet. Elf, the buy on it made a very nice recovery off the low, man. Look at this. These some of them can literally give you the low. Look at this. This is what you call a bottom pick. 52, 53 kind of price. 128. That's the next sell triggered. Impressive, man. This is very impressive. Actually, the signal works on this one really good. You see, you can sell here, down here, buy here against this low, went sideways for 2 days with the inside bar, finally made his way up. Yeah, it works really good. I don't know this business at all. KNG still going on from here. Jack, sell. Job, Joby. Joby might cool off here. Dude, this thing went crazy. This sign. Why these cheap fibs? I never use them. Okay, we're right there at 200%. And it's a massive run. So earnings can fail this thing. It's possible. See what happens. Watch this. This kind of a massive upside, always going to be sideways price action. Well, it needs to break this high, which is 1851. Stock moves 1.16, 17, 18 and a half. 18 and a half would be the invalidation mark. Well, to get to 20. Then if it gets to 20, then we can definitely open more upside for sure. But it has to break 1850 first. QBTS sell quantum stock. I don't trade these days, man. I know some of you guys are this CELH. Nothing there. Lily Valley, no. ConocoPhillips, oh boy. Chop house there. TRGB. Oh, that thing failed yesterday. Because this one has a weekly buy. I believe at Targa Resource here it has a weekly buy, but we see that buy didn't hold yesterday. The close is still here on the bar, but it's gonna update on Monday. Yeah, it's not something like this. Yeah, this thing is definitely some sort of a triangle. See? Yeah, it has a pretty good chance it's gonna crack lower. It's a contracting triangle right there. Higher lows and lower highs. These are all the higher lows. Okay, what else? DDD. Nice one. I know. I remember this one. Stupid man. Should have just. this triggered right in front of me. I was doing, but I don't know what I was doing and what I was thinking that I just went on another screen, you know? Because I look at them stocks every day, and after when the first session cools off, when the volume and stuff, after an hour and a half, I'm gonna go through and see what the S&P 100 looks like based on the yesterday closing bars. So I do look at them pretty much all the 100, that was just the way I look, but I do pretty fast. So then this one I saw it, but then I went back to another ticker and I haven't looked at them like in several days. And look at this thing, right? We just get ourselves here just to play this. Oops, just a sideways. Why this thing doesn't show? Jeez. It's right here. And we go to 200, 261.8. There you go. There's more upside there. Oh, it has that gap. See the star, the sun, this is a ETF called Bug. See, there was some sort of buy signal. See, it failed. There's a red line. If there's a red, I that's for my because when I see one, I put this line on them, and then when the signal fails, then the next day when the system updates, because it's based on the close, then that buy signal disappears. So it just goes right back to the previous sell. You see right there the bug. This is the ETF that tracks all the uh, cybersecurity stocks. Okay. I To me, I think it looks like a 1-2 count, to be honest. This is a wave one down in two, three, four, five, A, B, and C. Looks like this for sure, which is right at that 200. Yesterday, tried to push down below 200, but it closed at 200 yesterday. So this is something to watch. Because oh man, if I do this thing in the middle in my trades in a trading session, I'll definitely blow myself. Okay. So where are we at? 50, 38 or 50? 38. So from this high to this low. Okay, that's good. We have this case, we will leave the 50. No. And then what we can do, we can take this swing, this low, this. Now we can make this zone. We don't need two of them. Then we take this swing, this low. Good. So that's how you build zones. Taking few swing up and down. So from this high to low, from this high to low, from this high to low. So you can do a couple other ways as well, but this is good enough. Um, So it's good. I want to just keep this one this way. If we need to pick up a cybersecurity name, so we will know exactly what to look like, how this guy is doing. Man, it's so difficult to work on toss. I swear to God. Okay, so we have a channel, we have our zone, we have a 200 EMA, we have our 200 EMA channel, zone, 5 up, 3 down. Now we just need to see, is this some sort of doing something like this? Oh, if this what it is, it's just cybersecurity world will be looking pretty good in the coming weeks if that's the case. Okay, I gotta go. It's just I'm gonna take a little kiddo. I gotta shut this thing off. Yeah, rotation looks a little weaker, but I'll take. Yeah, cybersecurity is a little bit soft.
So Mo, I think we have an open position for Zscaler
Mhm.
call, right, which
I'm gonna manage.
already hit the stop, I think.
I believe so. This sucker gonna go as well. Tim and just Fubo, Fubo, Fubo. I don't know. There's some just whatever. I'm just going through this earning team. Oh boy, disaster there. SOUN sell pins. How are these companies are making money, man? Understand. What is this? These companies are that good? There's another one that look at this Roblox. This was so weird way it went up. It's insane. You have $2 trillion company, Apple cannot even break 200 the 200 EMA. And here you have these stocks, XYZ sell, Willio sell. I don't know. I mean, just it's if we just looked at almost what over 100 stock scan, pretty much, right? It looks like the world is just gonna end coming to an end with all of these sell signals. There's nothing attractive to buy. I mean, we will, but every single stock you looked at them is just like a sell, you know? We'll take a shot at this one next one Monday. We'll see how it goes. But it's just weird, man, to make the bull case of this market. S&P just shouldn't even be Well, this is it. This is the stock market right there. Not the stock market in an actual country with its own GDP. Yeah, but the thing is this, you had this much upside. I think this Nvidia will give back this and lose that much market cap. I don't think so. I think this business is just gonna maintain this 4 trillion crown now. $152 is the was the was the breakout. This thing is on a tear, man. 50 here. Impressive. Good company. Excellent CEO. Fully focused. Knows, cares about his business, his employees. You can't go wrong. Why? There's no reason not to love that guy. Running a clean. Plus now he got the China authorization of Kiss in the Ring.
Yeah, there's a new bromance going on here.
Yeah.